It very much feels like this didn't happen, if that's the best way to say it. But being in here today for my last walkthrough is haunting, or not haunting, but it's a little more touchy-feely than I've been with this entire process. Alright guys, it's Mac. I am back for the final goodbye to the house. This should be around 13, 14 years of this house. As you can see, the garage is pretty much empty, and as I hear, the house is completely empty, and they will be starting to tear out this week. Today is Monday. Today's Tuesday. And this is the 7th week of being out of the house now. So let's get into the house. So again, laundry room. Not much is different, but some stuff's missing. Apparently this is built in, so this won't leave until they start tearing out. It's still smoky in here. Here's the final overview of my sister Gabrielle's room. This is on the first floor again. Kitchen dining area. Entry hall. This is the living room, which is completely empty. And then we will head to the basement next. So the basement got released to the restoration crew last week, Tuesday. So that is now going to be all emptied out here, and Honeywell actually did show up a couple days prior to that and ended up taking what was left of our air purifier, which is about that much, and I don't know what the word is on that, but it doesn't really matter much to us because we're not the ones suing them, State Farm is. But here's the basement. I see it. Anyways, here's the basement. Toy handcuffs, apparently, which were in the wall, behind the wall, I don't know. Wow, this is weird. For those of you who know and have seen my basement, y'all have never seen it this empty before. So, and I never had either. This is where this had an outlet in it. And that's where the air purifier had been sitting, somewhere over here. I had piping in it for water. Our bar again. Under the stairs. I'll actually walk behind the bar today. It's quite dark back here. Flash on. But yeah, jeez. Broken glass everywhere. So this is the other half of the basement, which I guess has a couple things in it yet. Again, this is something that they brought in to help with the smell. Oh my gosh. Wow. So we had a big cabinet there. Old safe. Wow, this is insane. Look at that. That's crazy. The sink that we never used. Even the floor. Oh my gosh. Well, this is definitely very weird for me. Coming into my house like completely empty. I don't remember it. I mean, like I said, we've been in this house for like 13, going on 14 years now. I'm only 19, so weird. Really, really weird. And we can take our final look upstairs, I guess. Gosh, that is just so weird. Oh my. That's so crazy. Stairs here. Again, this is my bathroom. That is just, wow, so weird. I'm going to my room, which was pretty much empty last time I was here. Yep. Say goodbye to the tree wall. It's going goodbye. Again, empty closet, empty corner. More empty closet. That's just very, very weird. Emily's room, who is in between me and the oldest. We're on the second floor again, in case you didn't realize that. This was pretty much empty as well last time I was in here. It doesn't have as much of an effect on me. Just knowing like this wasn't my room. Wasn't where I hung out. But that living room is pretty haunting to me. And then my parents' room, which is completely empty. Here's the walk-in closet I mentioned last video. That is very empty, clearly. Ooh, I did not like that feeling I just got. I'm just gonna keep walking. Okay, their bathroom, which is very, very dirty. That was the vent again I was talking about last video. That leads straight to the basement, so that's why they have a lot in their bathroom. Attic is sealed up again. I can only assume they took stuff down. But that is the final goodbye, I guess, to the house. One last quick thing here, you guys, that I forgot to mention. I'm here with the dogs at the hotel. Is that we did have approval for a condo over in Pewaukee. And we will be moving in on October 17th, which is a Saturday, and I'm pretty sure we're all itching to get out of this hotel. We are on the 7th week, and then next week will be our 8th and final week in this hotel, so it'll have been 2 months in a hotel. Crazy. Anyway, let's get back to the video. As I've been making this series, I've been pretty okay with it, you know, I mean, as I was just putting up this last video that I had up last week, it was like really weird to me because as I was like watching the footage and like typing captions or whatever, it was very, very weird to me because it felt like I was watching a movie. It very much feels like this didn't happen, if that's the best way to say it. But being in here today for my last walkthrough is haunting, or not haunting, but it's a little more touchy-feely than I've been with this entire process. So, not to be all bittersweet or anything, but I only grew up a couple years, like 3 or 4 years when I was not in this house. We had lived in Milwaukee, but ever since then I've grown up in this house, and we've made changes to it, like floors and stuff and carpet, but I mean, never had in my life have I seen it laid out like this. And I know this process isn't over, and I'll continue to work through it however I'm going to be working through it. But I sincerely thank all of you guys for being curious and following this series. But there's a lot more to go after this. So, and I didn't have videos up a whole lot besides this week because of the fact that they weren't doing anything. They had been waiting for Honeywell to come in, and now that they came in, they were able to empty out the stairs, which, by the way, there was a door on here. They took it off a while ago because it kept getting in the way. But, yeah, so that's the final walkthrough of my house that I grew up in, I guess. Again, thank you for following this series. I hope you continue to follow, as we basically will be watching a brand new house be going in, because we know that they will be tearing this place down to the studs. So that'll be an interesting process to see and come visit kind of how that's gonna look. But thanks so much, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and turn on that post notification bell so you can see when I have a new video up. And as always, stay curious.